Hey family, it's Sandra, a queen. Bring. Well, today I'm keeping my promise, and I said I would show you how to do sleeves on a crochet jacket. All right, now there are so many different things you can do with just this alone. All right, this is where the head is, right here. These are for the hands or the arms to come through, and then this is the bottom of it. One thing you can do with this as well is you can start crocheting at the bottom and make it expand out to a dress, or you could actually expand it some more and turn it into a pair of pants. And so there's so many things you can do with crochet that I really love. I started creating clothing, and so this is one of my dream jobs is my crochet line. You know, I love it. I get orders and stuff for certain things. I had to stop for a minute just to, take care of other stuff that I need to do. I feel pretty good today. Honestly, our weather here has just been so up and down, in and out. It's sprinter. It's spring plus winter. You start to wake up here and it's like 40 degrees or 30, and then throughout the day, it may turn into 70, 80, high as 90. And you'll see people with like bubble jackets and flip flops. So you never really get to put away your winter clothes, and you never get to put away the spring stuff either. You just wear both and make the best of it, and just don't say anything about it. You just see people wearing whatever, and you don't say anything. You just be like, "Oh, okay, go ahead on." So it kind of caught me a little bit. I don't feel bad, but you know how you get the scratchy throat and all that kind of little stuff. So I was like, I don't want to be bothered with that. But anyway, at any rate, you keep going. You pop your Alka-Seltzers, whatever you take, whatever, your herbals, and go about your business. Okay, so what we want to do today is learn how to do the sleeves, okay? Now, we have an opening here for the sleeve, and we're about to crochet a sleeve. So what you do is you make your slip knot. Sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. My nose itch. And so when you make your slip knot like that, you do this. You wrap it around your finger. You pull it through. See, I wrapped it around my finger and I made a knot. Okay, you put your needle in through there. Now, when you do this, you can start from the shoulder at the top. See, this is the shoulder because this is the head right here. You can start at the top of the shoulder, or you can start under the armpit. It doesn't matter which way you do it. But one thing about it, when you go around, you're going to make a complete circle, and it's going to end up wherever you started. Okay, just know that. So I want to start at the armpit. I guess I'll do that. So here we go. You stick, okay, you have this portion in. You stick this in through one of the stitches. Just go straight through to the other side of the stitch like that. Okay, so your stitch is here. It's in between the needle. Okay, and you want to do that first top stitch all the way around. So all you do is, we're going to do a double stitch. So I got to first loop it in and then pull it through. Okay, so I'm going to start doing my double stitch. And how you do a double stitch is like this. You wrap it around. And it's okay if you wrap that extra piece of thread around, or you can cut it off, however you want to do it. You put it through the stitch, pull it through. See, that's why I say watch my other videos so you can learn how to do at least a double stitch. Your double stitch is a lifesaver. Single stitch, that's all you need to know. We'll do triple. I do triple for like blankets that I think are going to be really, really big, long, or large. That's the quickest way to do it. So, okay, we're doing a double stitch. Now, you could tuck this in on the inside if you want. There's so many ways you could do it. You could wrap it and make it a part of it. But you wrap that around. You go into that next following stitch. See my next stitch? I go underneath it, wrap it, double stitch. And you do this all the way around. See what I'm doing? Okay. So we're going to do that all the way around till we make one whole chain, all right? And this is the quickest way to make a sleeve. If you do single, you could do single, but you'll be doing single for a while. I'll be honest with you. This is the quickest way to do it. Don't worry if it has any gaps in it. Like I said, you're learning. So once you really get the hang of it, it'll be okay. And you don't have to necessarily use the colors that I'm using. You can use any colors that you like. Okay, so we're like halfway through this, see? Okay, we're halfway through. Look at that. Okay. So you wrap it around, you go in, come out, pull through two, pull through the two, come in, go under, wrap it around. If it's pulled away from the shoulder like the stitching, don't worry about it. Just come on through. Don't even worry about it. You could join them together and pull it together later. I'll even do a session on showing you how to pull it together. You can just take a little piece of yarn, cut it, and pull it right through. I'll also be crocheting like dresses and things like that as well, like for older children. So cute on them. Teenagers too, they look cute in their clothes as well. Okay, so this is how you do it. And you just keep going around and around until you make a complete sleeve, until it just looks like a sleeve. Here. Okay? So you want to go around that first edge. And this is what I'm doing first. Go around that first edge. I'm in here just chilling and it feels so good in my home. Being here barefoot and happy. I don't know what else to say. I like to be as natural as possible. I don't know how some people just, I don't know. Everybody's different. Me, I just like to keep it simple. All right, so that's my first stitch. Just that quick, y'all. I'm almost done. Almost all the way around. I want to thank my sister for joining my channel too. She had texted me and told me, I just joined your channel. I said, thanks. You know, my first original channel was hacked and I had a lot of situations and issues with it. I just let go. And so one of my other sisters asked me, are you teaching? I said, no, not this time. God haven't released me to say anything else. I don't think it's time yet to tell people what I know. I don't think it's time yet. So with that, I just wait. I'll probably start another channel with teaching again. But for right now, no, I'm doing what I love. I love to do stuff like this. I do. I love stuff like this. This is so me, so artsy craftsy. You know, the weather's been warm, so we have a lot of like motorcycles out and people just cruising, trying to get some fresh air. You know, this water here draws everybody from everywhere. So most of the time I stay in the house though, because I don't really like being out around people like that. I have my moment. And then I come on in. I have to get up so early in the morning to go to work and stuff. So that's my time to be out, and I stay out and I come in and I'm done. Okay, that's our first set already. So if you keep going around and around and around, now there's two ways you could do this if you want. You can go underneath the actual stitch itself right here and go in and do it. Okay, that's your first, second double. Or you can hook it under the whole thing. You see that whole piece? If I hook it under there and go under, you know, either way, you choose. It'll have a fishnet appearance if you go underneath. So there's two ways you could crochet this, okay? So you can go with going underneath here, underneath the first stitch, underneath this part right here, or you could actually go under the stitch itself, okay? So for me, I prefer to go under the stitch. And I'm going to show you one of my projects that I did. You can use any colors that you want. You don't have to necessarily use what I have. You don't have to, okay? There are just so many beautiful colors. I was looking at a lot of colorful things today on my phone, and I'm really a person of cheer. I love color. I think color is so gorgeous. But what I want to do is show you some of the things that I do. And I have a patchwork onesie that I made. And I will say it again, people use it for their pets, they use it for dolls, and they use it for real babies. So, you know, it's a very lucrative, very creative type business that I have. And I don't discriminate. See, the sleeve is coming along. Just want you to see what I'm doing. And like I said, you could do it in so many different ways. Just explore. This is so much fun. And, you know, kind of get away from just making blankets all the time. Although that's very beautiful. Not all the time. After a while, you get bored and you get tired. But I want to show you some of the other things that I have done. And one of them is called patchwork. But I always call it my hobo stitches. My hobo pieces that I put together. And I just love this. I told my brother I had something for him. I didn't want to tell him what it was, but I think he kind of knew. Because I do this quite a bit. I think he already knew what the gift was. I told him, I said, well, give me a little bit more time. I'm working out a masterpiece just for you, brother, you know. So it's my way of showing love to people. All right, so this is one of my patchwork creations. As you see, it's the hoodie. It's a hoodie. And then these are the sleeves. As you crochet along, you're going to need about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 rows. Now, it depends on the size of the child, but you always want things to be larger, or your pet. You know, for a pet, it would definitely be shorter, okay? But this is a patchwork. I'm trying to let you see it. A patchwork onesie, see? Because at the bottom, it ties in 3 spots, okay? So it's a patchwork onesie. See that? Yep. So this is one of my original collections, and I'll just use it as a pattern. But this is one of my patchwork collections, and all you do is experiment with all the colors. These were colors that I had left over in my closet at the time, and I just made a little ball. Okay, and then in one of my sessions, I'll show you how to make a hoodie. You know, hoodies are really, really easy, and it's just something that you do. But this here opens up at the bottom so that, you know, they can come out if they needed to. You just untie it. And of course, underneath, it's open space underneath. But it's very, very beautiful. And I just tied it. That's all. But you just keep going around, and if it's for an older child, you want to do at least 10 to 12 rows. This one only had one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, like 10 rows, or 9 or 10 rows, because it's for a younger child, or you know, a longer body pet. Some people put these on their pets now. I'm telling y'all, you think I'm kidding, but I'm not. Okay, so you just want to keep going with this until you get to the end. And of course, when you, or you can leave it like this. You don't even have to go all the way. You might want it out just a little bit. And then when you get to the end of this pattern, what you want to do is single crochet so that it'll close like it should. And it'll have a finished edge to it, just like I did here on the ends. You want it to have a finished, polished look. You don't want anything sticking out or looking crazy. You want it to have a finished look. You can stop right here if you want. You don't have to go any farther with it. You can make it quarter length where it stops at the elbow, or all the way down to the wrist. But I'm going to go all the way through with it and finish it up. Okay, so just keep practicing, look at my other videos and see how to do it. But eventually you'll be able to do things like this too. And I didn't measure anything. I probably need to buy a little dial and stick it in there. But yeah, so I didn't measure anything, and then I'll show you how to put pockets on and everything. So this is Sandra Queen. You have a great week. I wish you the best. Praying for you. Let's pray for one another. There's a lot going on around us, everybody. And I'm sending you love, big vibes. Mwah. And I'll see you next weekend. Bye-bye.